Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I have just a huge mix of all different kinds of music. I've got jazz, Kiss, a Grail by the Doors. I've got an autograph. It's just some really neat stuff, so I'll go ahead and get started. Here is a 45 that I found recently and I was really surprised by it. It is the US copy of the Rolling Stones' Dandelion. But the really interesting part of this is actually the B-side, the song We Love You by the Rolling Stones. It was recorded back in 1967, and it was kind of the answer to Beatles' All You Need Is Love. They wanted to do something maybe like a spoof or just something kind of to answer to that song. And this was during their Satanic Majesty's Request recording sessions. They made this, and what's really cool about it is Paul McCartney and John Lennon are singing the backup vocals on here, and you can hear them. It is a really cool, neat recording, and anyway, I couldn't resist picking this up. It is in wonderful condition, so happy to have that. I thought that was really interesting. Mick Jagger said that they made that song really just have some fun and let loose, and anyway, just an interesting song, and I really appreciate finding that. Here is a record I'm going to show now. This is what we call in the vinyl community a VCLT, Vinyl Community Love Train. I got this as a gift from one of my besties here in the vinyl community. It is Chris, and his channel is Chris Has the Spins. He has an amazing channel. I'm going to leave the link below because it is so good, and it's not just that he has really great records. He has just absolutely been on fire this summer with finding the most killer finds for no money, basically. You know, just really, really great videos. But he pours his heart and soul out in every video, and you would really like him as a person. So anyway, he really graciously, he sent this to me. This is Monk's Dream, the Thelonious Monk Quartet. I have really been getting into jazz lately. You know, sometimes you just really want to rock out, and sometimes you want to chill out. And I think jazz is a perfect sit down and listen to beautiful genre of music. And I really think this is an essential record to have, this Monk's Dream. I love piano. I think this is an incredible recording. I had been wanting it, and I just made a comment on his video that I thought this was a really great record and I love it. And sure enough, he sent it to me, and I thought that was so sweet. He is a very generous person. This is the second time he's sent something to me. Please, after you're done with this video, check out his channel. He is absolutely terrific, and you will absolutely be floored with the videos he has shot, especially this summer. They are really incredible. So anyway, very happy to have this. This is on what's called a collector's series. And it plays absolutely incredible. The sound on this is really wonderful. I'm very happy with it. So thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate your generosity towards me, and I really appreciate your friendship. The next record I'll show, this is one I went to one of my go-to record stores that I love to go to. The owner came up to me and asked me, have you ever really heard of the Replacements? And yes, I had heard of them, but I was not familiar with their music, not extremely, familiar. They are probably the pioneers of alternative rock, or one of the pioneers. And he put this on for me. He said, you've got to hear it. So I listened to it while I was shopping. I really did like it. I bought this record from him. I thought it was really cool. It's on this Sire label. And I think it's great. I want to get the one they have called Let It Be. So anyway, I bought this from him, and he said, hang on, I have something for you. And anyway, just a little background on the person who gave this to me, or who was showing me the Replacements. He actually used to work with the Replacements. I believe he was a roadie. Whatever it was, he worked when they were touring. He worked with them. And he gave me this incredible gift. And it's not in perfect condition, but I think once it gets framed, it will look really cool. This is an autographed poster by the Replacements lead singer, Paul Westerberg. And I checked out, just out of curiosity, I did check out his autograph. It looks totally legit. But to be honest, I trust the person who gave it to me. And if he says it's legit, it is legit. I trust him completely. So I thought that was a really, really cool gift to give. Thank you so much. The next record I'm going to show is really cool. It is a grail that I have been wanting. I don't think it's in, it's not like it's extremely rare, but it's rare enough that it has went up in value quite a bit to where I won't order it on Discogs or eBay or anything like that, but I found it in the wild and I got a good price for it. It is The Doors, Live at the Matrix. It is one of their earliest recordings that they had done. The venue was practically empty when they recorded this. This is the part one. It's in San Francisco, California, and there's really great songs on here like Soul Kitchen, Light My Fire, The Crystal Ship, The End. So anyway, I was very happy to add this to my collection. What made it so cool for me to find this one is back in 2018 oh, and I didn't mention this. This was a record store day record. It was limited to 10,000. My copy is number 2,360. Here is the record too. It's on 180 gram vinyl, and for what it is, it does sound good. You have to realize though that it was a recording back from 1967 for a band no one even knew. So I thought it was pretty amazing for what it is. And the reason why I wanted this one so badly is because back in 2018, I picked up this. This was a record store day record from, it had a limited edition of 13,000 copies. This is the Live at the Matrix. This is the part two. And it has some really good songs on here too. Just really cool stuff. People Are Strange, My Eyes Have Seen You, Summer's Almost Gone. Just some really cool stuff. Let's Feed Ice Cream to the Rats. Anyway, I was very happy after having this one already to now own the part one of it, so I have the complete set. Here is the vinyl for part two. I've had this for quite a while. I don't believe I've ever shown it on my channel. So I thought that was really a really neat find for The Doors to add to my Doors collection. This album is from a person I really adore, Tommy James. I grew up with his greatest hits. Tommy James and the Shondells were played every day at our house. I really love them. I used to just listen to them constantly. So I saw this the other day, and take a look at this cover. It is so trippy dippy, I could not resist it. It was just a few dollars. And you know, Tommy James, I love him, and I think this is a really good record, but I love the song Ball of Chain. I think he became a Christian around this time, so some of the songs have a little bit of a tie to Christianity, like Meet the Comer. And also I love the song Come to Me. There's just some really great music on here, really gritty guitars. I wouldn't say it's psychedelic, but it really is a very cool 1970 sound, or late 60s, 1970. It's on the Roulette label like we're so used to seeing Tommy James on. I thought that was really cool. Here is another cool record that I found for just a few dollars too. Ultimate Spinach 3. And this is less of a psychedelic sound, more of a rock sound. This was their final album. I have their first album and I really like it better for the psychedelic music, but this is a good album too. And you know, like I said, a few dollars, I saw Ultimate Spinach, I grabbed it. It is on this MGM label. Absolutely beautiful. Sounds good. Like I said, not my favorite, but it's a good album and very happy to have it. And also, I just want to mention, Vinyl Storage Solutions sent me these inner sleeves. They are absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to be talking about them in a video very soon. I love these inner sleeves. The outer sleeves too are amazing. This is what that is, the outer sleeves. And now he has made inner sleeves and they're fantastic. So I'm going to talk about them in a future video. This record is from an artist I've been wanting to get something in my collection. This is my first purchase of Otis Redding. It is a 3 LP set of his greatest recordings. There is no track listing to show you, I'm sorry. Of course it has Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. It has a really, really great music. And I think this really does sound good for what it is. It's a 3 LP set on what's called the Warner Special Products. I'll show you the label. There's 3 LPs, I'll just show you the first one. And it has songs on here like For Your Precious Love, A Change Is Gonna Come, Tennessee Waltz, Respect, The Happy Song. Anyway, there's obviously Sitting on the Dock of the Bay is included on here too. So this is a really great start for me to get to be enjoying listening to Otis Redding. I really love his voice. I love his music. And I've been wanting something from Otis Redding for so long. So I'm very happy to have that. This is one of them that y'all will probably laugh at a little bit. I tend to stay in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't really tend to venture far off from there. But this album was really special when my daughter was growing up. It is a huge talent, and this is her best album she ever made, in my opinion. This is Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway. And we saw her when she was on tour back in, I think, 2002. After she won American Idol, it had been a couple years. She was on tour with Clay Aiken. And anyway, let me just run through some of the songs on here. Breakaway was a huge hit. Since You've Been Gone, Behind These Hazel Eyes, Because of You is a song that I really love. Addicted is incredible. Walk Away was a hit. And also there is a song on here that when we went to concert, there's a song called Beautiful Disaster. And she slowed down that song, sat on the piano barefoot, and gave an amazing performance. It was a beautiful, beautiful song. And I just don't think she has an amazing voice. She is a tremendous singer. And we fell in love with that song when she sang it on the concert, and sure enough, it's on this album. So when I saw this was available, you know, I don't buy things from Urban Outfitters very often, but this is an exclusive. So I grabbed it, and it's on this gold vinyl. So here's the record, just a really cool looking record. So I was very, very happy to have that. Here is a box set that I found. It is Billie Holiday, and it is a German press box set. And it is probably everything I am ever going to need from Billie Holiday. My daughter is a huge Billie Holiday fan. I think she would like to have this box set. And like I said, it's a German press, so it sounds phenomenal. I'll just show you the label from one of them because it's a 6 LP set. But it's really incredible. So very happy to have all of this Billie Holiday music in my collection, and when my daughter's home, I will definitely play it for her. So anyway, Billie Holiday, a beautiful box set by her. And now I want to show you a really beautiful box set that I have gotten. I am so late to the party on this. This has been around for a really long time, but I got a really killer price on it, and I love singles, so I could not resist getting this. This is this beautiful singles Kiss box set. It is the Casablanca singles from 1974 to 1982. It is 29, there are 29 singles in here, and it is everything under the Casablanca label. And it opens like this. You would just open and the records are inside. And let me show you everything just very quickly. These are the original singles. You know, back when they first came out, there wasn't any money to do picture sleeves. So these are the very basic, and they're reproductions of the original singles. You know, songs like Nothing to Lose and Kissin' Time, Strutter. Those were the first 3 records that were out. And then they went on to Let Me Go, Rock and Roll. And all of these are from different countries. And I want to say also what I really love about these is different countries had different versions of the songs. So I am hearing songs in a very different way for the first time. That's really exciting if you're a huge Kiss fan. Songs like Detroit Rock City sound different, you know, the takes on these singles. Also the song Take Me. There's just different versions. It's really cool. So here we go. Let me Go Rock and Roll, backed with Hotter Than Hell. Here is Rock and Roll All Night. This is a Holland pressing, a reproduction of it, and Getaway. Very cool. Here is Come On and Love Me, a Japanese press, backed with Getaway. Rock and Roll All Night, a very cool regular version backed with a live version of that. Here is Shout It Out Loud backed with Sweet Pain. This is Flaming Youth, and I'm not really sure what the back of it is. God of Thunder, yeah, another really cool song to have for a single. I really love that one. There's Beth, just a very classic tune that really opened up the the audience for them. Just a really tremendous hit. Here is Detroit Rock City, and this was the original. Detroit Rock City was the A side, and the B side was Beth, but a lot of DJs fell in love with the song Beth and turned it around and played Beth, and that's how Beth became a hit. So then it became the A side. So that's a really cool 45 of that. Here's Hard Luck Woman, one of my very favorite songs. I really love Peter Criss's voice. I think he sings really, really great. Let me check and see what the B-side is on this one. Mr. Speed, really cool song by Paul Stanley. Here is Calling Dr. Love and Take Me. Like I said, it's a little bit of a different version. Really, really great. Christine 16 and Ace Frehley's first singing debut of Shock Me. Great song. Here's Love Gun, and it is backed with Hooligan by Peter Criss. Shout It Out Loud with Nothing to Lose. This is a really cool version of that. Rocket Ride, backed with Tomorrow and Tonight. Strutter 78, which I love that version of Strutter and Shock Me. And now we're going into the solo career from 1978. The band was having some problems, and they decided to make, each one of them made an album, a solo album. And so in 1978, they all four put out a solo album. So these are the singles that were released from their solo albums under the Kiss logo. And I am a huge Paul Stanley fan. I really do like his solo work that he did in 1978. But I feel like they picked the worst song off of that album and made it the single. But anyway, I'm very happy to have a really cool single from that. I do have this already, the original, but this one is very special. It's on this really cool purple vinyl. And I'm sorry, here, let me fix this. So that's a really cool little record to have on colored vinyl like that. The next one is a song that never gets old to me. I absolutely love it. Out of all the four albums, this is my favorite song. New York Groove by Ace Frehley. And he put out an amazing, amazing solo album. And love it. And it's on this really cool blue vinyl. It is backed with Snowblind. And most people would say this is their favorite solo album of the Kiss 4 that were put out in 1978. Here is Radioactive, and I felt like this song had a very, very cool beginning, and then it just kind of lost steam as it went along. It's on this red vinyl. So there's Gene Simmons, the Demon, and that's his effort. Here is Don't Let Me Down. This is just, Peter Criss for some reason had two singles where everybody else just had one. This is Don't Let Me Down from his, and then he also has this one called You Matter to Me, and it is on this really cool green vinyl. So there's that for Peter Criss. Then we get into what my sentimental favorite 45 was. It's one I had when I was a little kid. I Was Made for Loving You back with Hard Times. I had this 45 as I was a little kid. It doesn't play very well anymore, so I'm happy to have another one back in the collection. Sure Know Something is one of my very favorite songs that they had. It's also backed with Dirty Livin', another one. Dynasty is one of my favorite albums by them, so I'm happy to have that. Here is Shandy backed with She's So European. I really love the song Shandy. It is from their album Unmasked, and is really when things started going not so well for Kiss. This was kind of a little bit of a downfall side, time for them. And then they have this song called Tomorrow, which is a really cool single. This is really when things fell apart completely for them. This is from The Elder. Look at their costumes. They had haircuts and they had really changed their image. And they had done this with Bob Ezrin, who had done the album The Wall with Pink Floyd. So they did a concept album called The Elder, thinking it was going to be a huge smash like The Wall, and it just wasn't. Anyway, I really like the song on the back, The Dark Light, the B-side by Ace Frehley. He has a killer guitar solo on there, and it's really good. And then this is a really nice ballad by it is Gene Simmons, A World Without Heroes. It's a good song. It's definitely not my favorite on the album, but anyway, this is a cool little 45 to have, and I would think it would be nearly impossible to find Out in the Wild, one of the originals. And finally, I Love It Loud, which of course has the really cool Creatures of the Night cover on it. It is backed with Danger, and this is a US press. So I really love all of these singles. I'm so happy to have this. Let me just show you, I'll leave you with this. This is a booklet that comes with it. And I just want to show you one picture. There's so many good pictures in here, but if I leave with one, I want to show you this one, because if you all know, they are just iconic for their makeup. But look at Paul Stanley here. This is them from the very beginning, and back when he was still toying with the idea of being the star child, or he had this makeup of being the bandit. In the end, he chose Star Child, and I think that was a really good choice for him. But it's really cool to see a picture of him with the alternative makeup that could have been. So anyway, that is my video for this week. I really appreciate everybody who watched my videos. Thank you so much. Please leave your comments and subscribe. Have a wonderful week. Take care. Bye-bye.